and you have been asked by the board of directors to develop a strategic marketing plan and present it at the next board meeting. Right? In order to produce a marketing plan, you will need to undertake a strategic marketing audit. Right? Your marketing plan, which could cover medium term, long term, as relevant to your sector and your organization, should be underpinned by the marketing audit. Right? So more or less the same thing that we discussed last week. In preparation for the meeting, you have been asked to carry out the following tasks. First one, prepare a marketing audit covering the following topics, which could be presented to the board of directors. The strategic marketing audit must consider current and likely future challenges for the chosen organization. Right? So in your audit, these things should be used. You should display that you can use and make to practice, apply what you have learned. So first thing is PESTIL. We learn how to do a PESTIL analysis. What does a PESTIL analysis do? It analyzes the macro environment. Right? So we discussed last week, right? What does PESTIL mean? Right? Political reality. Right? Then situational analysis. What do you mean by situational analysis? What's happening at the moment? So when you do the situational analysis, you will look at the SWOT. Right? Are you aware of the SWOT analysis? No? So perhaps talk to your colleagues. Let's see if I can cover what you have missed quickly. Failing which you have to, because today we have a lot of grounds to cover. That's why I start on time. And SWOT analysis will tell you the strength of the organization, the weaknesses of the organization, opportunities and threats. Opportunities and threats are outside the organization, which you can make use of by using your strengths or mitigate looking at your weaknesses. So you look at that. Then internal environment. We discussed about the cultural layer, 7S McKinsey model, right? Then we discussed portfolio analysis, we discussed product life cycle, PLC, right? So this the value chain we discussed last week. Right? So you need to, the purpose of these frameworks is for you to understand what's happening in the organization at the moment. So you will use different tools to understand different aspects of the organization. How it is affecting our operations. What's happening outside the organization? What do we need to improve? What are the areas that we are weak in? What's happening in the competition? Right? Now before you plan, that's the starting point for any plan. Forget about marketing plan. You need to understand, when you plan for yourself even, you need to understand who you are first. Right? What can I do? What can I not do? Where am I weak? Where am I strong at? Right? For you to have your 5-year plan, personal plan, similar thing for the organization as well. So you need to understand. So we will use these tools. So in your assignment, display for your chosen organization, use these tools and display that you can make use of these tools. So that will give you a good understanding about your current organization at the current level. And it will tell you the things that you should be doing in order to achieve your objectives. Right? So you have an objective, you know what the current position is, right? And it will tell you what are the gaps are, what are the opportunities that you can make use of, what are the weaknesses that you need to correct. What are the issues that you have in your organization? What is happening outside the organization? How is it affecting to you? Not on today, but in the future. So you will plan for those now. For you to plan, you need to understand the current situation. That's the purpose of the marketing audit, right? So you will have that. So limit it to 2,500 words. Now when you, for an example, when you do the SWOT, right, strengths, don't come up with motherhood statements, right? Be specific to your organization. For an example, if you say threats outside the organization, these things are happening, right? So that particular thing can be common to any industry, perhaps. When you come up with the points, make sure it is relevant to your own organization. There can be many threats outside, right? But what is affecting your category of business or to your industry and specifically to your organization? Not only today, but in the future. Right? So when you have that, your certain task will be much easier. What is your certain task? Using a marketing plan framework of your choice, prepare a medium-term strategic marketing plan and present it to the board of directors, including following areas. Strategic intent. What is your vision, mission, and the objective, right? Then segmentation, targeting, and positioning, which we will cover today. Then marketing strategy, ends of matrix, generic strategies, branding strategy, etc. Right? Then tactics, 7 P's. We discussed last week. We discussed 7 P's. Right? Organization structure, etc. Then control, plan, scorecard, schedule, etc. So you will understand what the situation is when you do the audit. Then you go about the plan. When you look at the plan, when you work on the plan, you will make use of the things that we are going to discuss today. So that will be our game plan. Now last week we discussed the strategic 7 P's. No? So 7 P's. We understood that for service organization we have 7 P's. We call it extended marketing mix. But normal products you have 4 P's, and we understood the differences between a service and a product. And we realized why we need to appreciate the difference between the two. So today, now if you put things into perspective, you may call 7 P's marketing strategy, STP mission objective, that piece as the strategic marketing. Now let's begin today's session. Segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So today we will cover these areas. So let's understand what a market is. Before you segment the market, before you target the market, we need to understand what the market is. Right? You must be having different understanding about a market. Then how to segment markets. Why do we need to segment markets as an organization? What is a target market and why do we target? And how to position your product in the market. So this will be the roadmap for this particular session. And in the afternoon session, we will be looking at integrated marketing communication plus the e-commerce, a little bit of how do we do e-commerce, right? To the latter part of the day. So that will be the game. All good? So what is a market? Last year we briefly discussed what a market is. What did we discuss? Huh? Buyers and sellers meet and their finances will transfer from this place to the other place and the organization will sell goods, right? Information, organization will communicate to the customers will give the feedback. So that's the basic thing. And we also understood that for a market to happen, people should have the capacity to buy and the willingness to buy. So ability to pay and willingness to buy. Otherwise, there won't be a market, right? We understood through a matrix, right? Willingness to buy and so today let's discuss more on this aspect. So people or institution with sufficient purchasing power and authority and willingness to buy is a market. That's the usual definition, right? People or institution with sufficient purchasing power. So you're framing the same discussion that we had last week. We discussed that the people should have the power to buy, ability to purchase. Right? Meaning you should have money, simple terms, and also authority and willingness to buy. It should be legal and you should be willing to buy. So when these things are fulfilled, you will have a market. Okay. So take a picture. Don't worry. This will be emailed. Though I think will be uploaded. The last week once I have sent it to it was uploaded. So don't need to take pictures, right? Now, in a market, you will have children, you have elderly people, you have rich people, you have people in the in urban areas, people who can speak English, people who can't speak English, people who are rich, people who are poor. Everybody is there, all from all walks of life. Right? Now, as an organization, can we target everybody? Is it good? Is it a good idea to target everybody? Why not? Why not? Why can't an organization target everybody? It's practical.
It's difficult, but possible.
Okay. It is difficult, you say. Why? Let's limit this discussion to healthcare.
Different needs.
Different needs. What else? Huh? Yes, people are, people will have limitations in terms of ability to buy. What else?
Willingness.
Okay, willingness to buy. What else? Why can't we target the entire market as it is? Or why shouldn't we target the entire market as it is? Think practically.
You need to invest a lot also to get
Yes,
it
the organization will not have all the money under the sun. They also have resource limitations. So if you want to target everybody, maybe not a practical idea. Organizations do have limitations in terms of resources. What else? What else?
staff to be trained to get it.
Yes, staff have to be trained to cater to different people. The service level that you expect will be different to what you expect. And that level of service will be totally different from somebody from, let's say, from China. Right? So you're talking about 7 P's. The proposition, the 7 P's will have to be different to different market segments. What else? What else? Why can't we target the entire market as it is? Oh, why should we? No ideas were spot on. What else?
Infrastructure also.
Yes, an organization may not have all the infrastructure to make sure that your proposition is accessed by the larger market. What else? Huh? Facilities, infrastructure, yes. What else? Okay. So, because of these limitations, it's a good idea for us to understand, for us to select what we can serve. Right? What we can serve as an organization. Since there are limitations, resource limitations, since there are different expectations from various groups in the large market, right? Since different groups need different value propositions, right? Infrastructure, etc. It's a good idea to segment the market, right? Rather than we just going and targeting it. So you are from Marsali, say. You are also from Marsali, right? So if Marsali goes and cater to everybody in Sri Lanka in terms of healthcare, can they do that? Do you have the financial capacity to ensure everybody has the access to your healthcare? Even government can't. Finding it difficult to cater to that, right? And can you make sure that your services can be accessed to everybody in the in each social strata? Do you have the capacity? Do you have the doctors, access to doctors, consultants, etc.? There are limitations. Right? So various things. So it's a good idea for organizations to maybe the organization's objective is not that. That also can be a thing for you to consider different groups, not all the entire market as it is. Right? So it's a good idea to segment. So what is segmentation? Segmentation is basically subdividing of market into homogeneous subsections of customers where any subsection may conceivably be selected as a market target to be reached with a distinct marketing mix. Do you understand? Understood? Alright. Tell me if you have understood, so I don't need to waste time. You can understand? Okay. So let's understand what is this segmentation business is all about. So let's go by the definition. Right? So market segmentation is all about making each. So this is the total market. Right? It's the total market. Here you have rich, poor, female, male, children, adults, all the people, etc. Everybody is here. Right? English speaking, Sinhala speaking, Tamil speaking, everybody. Cats and dogs, everybody is here. Right? So the market segmentation is subdividing. What do you mean? You divide into pieces. You divide the total market into subsets. How do you divide? Just like that? No, there's a way to divide the market. What is the keyword? What is the keyword? Homogeneous. What do you mean by homogeneous? Huh? Yes, similar characteristics. So when you divide the market, each subsection should have similarities, right? Where any subsection may be selected as a target market, where you have the opportunity to select any of the subsection as a target market, and this can reach with a different marketing mix. So what do you mean by marketing mix? 7 P's. So what do you mean by 7 P's? Product, place, price, promotion, etc. All that is. So well, let's understand this. A female would need a different product, right? And that should be perhaps priced differently, made it available in certain places compared to a child care item. Right? Is it called? Right? Right. So when you should be able to target each segment with a distinct marketing mix. So for an example, if you can target this group as well as this group with the same 7 P's, meaning same market, same value proposition, is there a meaning to your separation? No, you don't need to. If you don't need to have a different value proposition for both the subsection, you don't need to subdivide. Perhaps this entire group can become one. Right? So when you subdivide the total market into subsegments, make sure that they have the similarities where you can satisfy those needs with separate distinct value propositions. When I say value propositions, 7 P's. Right? So to understand with an example, people who goes to so this is the total healthcare market. Can I offer the same value proposition? What is the difference between the same value proposition offered by the main hospital, the Colombo National Hospital, and Nasiri? Everybody wants to get cured. That's common. So facilities, okay. Paying capacity is different, right? People who come here, National Hospital may not be able to afford this level of these services in terms of money, right? Get what I'm saying? So need to understand different marketing mixes that require to satisfy each and every market segments, customer groups. So segmentation is all about breaking the total market into separate sub-segments where you have the similarities in terms of that. By and large, there can be no disparities. By and large, you can look. So what are the ways that we can divide this class? If you take the entire class as the total heterogeneous market, how can we change this class? If I may to segment this class. Okay, the way very basic one would be male and female. We have one male and 4 females, right? The other way is age. You can, or the other way, married, unmarried. People with kids, single, or married but not kids. What else? Huh? According to the religion. So different ways of segment. Now these people will have what? Different needs and wants if you put things into those kind of groups. Right? The way a female would think, the things that she wants will be totally different to what a guy would want. The stuff that a parent would need will be totally different to what a bachelor wants. Or a female who is not married. Are you married? No, right? So you don't you are married, right? You have kids, right? So you don't worry about Pampers, would you? Would you worry about maids to look after your baby? Would you worry about daycare centers? Would you worry about exercise books, clay and all that jazz? Would you worry about birthday parties? You would, but not the way you would, right? So you understand, when you put people, customers into different groups, you will have different set of problems. Hence, as organizations, we would need to understand and give what you want. You want certain different. That is the whole purpose of we understand. When we really understand what you exactly want, it makes more sense. My marketing program can be very effective. Otherwise, I'm selling something. Let's say I'm selling birthday gifts, right? Toys, right? I'm targeting everybody. Why do we need toys for birthday? I mean, me as a business, I'm selling birthday gifts, toys, right? And I'm targeting you as well. Are you married? You're married? You're married? No. I'm targeting you both as well. In my marketing program, you 3 are included. I'm targeting you 2 as well. So whatever I say, will it be meaningful to you? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? might make sense, distantly, it doesn't make real sense, right? Or I sent you messages or whatever, communication messages with regard to Pampers or diapers. Does it make sense to you? But will it make sense to you? If you have kids, yes, right? Offers makes. But if your kids are, let's say 14-year-old, 18-year-old, and still I'm talking about Pampers, will it make sense to you? It doesn't make. But now you have changed your lifestyle. You have transformed yourself to a different market thing. In terms, when you look at the value proposition that I offer, you are no longer falling to my segment. You are no longer relevant. You know what I'm saying? So this is the reason why we segment the market. Any questions? Here, 9 wells. Who do they cater to? Pregnant mothers, for kids. Right. Do they cater to accidents? Yes. Do they cater to that? No. They have understood my segment is this. So all the things that they do is relevant to this category. You go to 9 wells. Look at the colors. Look at the safety measures. Look at the seating arrangements. It's kids friendly, user friendly, right? You look at the colors. You go to let's say Maharakam Cancer Hospital. Look at the notice boards. Look at the way things are arranged. Look at the medicine they use. Look at the facilities that they have. It's totally different. You get what I'm saying? Your entire 7Ps has changed based on the segmentation that you have done. Golden key, I and ENT care. What do they cater to? If you have hearing problem, a sight problem, audio, that kind of problem. So can a pregnant mother go there, admit herself? You could, if you have these issues, but not to deliver a baby, right? The same thing here. You don't need to pay, right? The services are not that. It's very good, but not like, they are not giving you luxury. They are giving you sufficient service for you to recover. Because it's government driven thing. Because if they don't charge you. Mount Elizabeth. Why all these politicians go to Mount Elizabeth? When they get sick. Where is Mount Elizabeth?
Singapore.
In Singapore. Right. So what is that? It's for high end, expensive, super, it's like you are staying in a hotel almost. Right? The doctors must be consultant, etc. must be really good. The nursing care must be really good. Right? So me as a person, I might select this and this and this. Does it make sense to me? It would if I am a father. I am a father. It would. Okay. Now get together into a group. We don't have a larger group now. So all of you can make one group and discuss why segment. Now when you come up with the answers, it should be what? It should be MBA level answers. Get what I'm saying? Why would a business organization would set? Take 5 minutes. Discuss. Look at all aspects of the business and really come up with good points why an organization should segment, do the segment at all. Built on what you have already told me. Okay, start now. Don't take more than 5 minutes. 50. Think as a CEO of an organization. You are the CEO. Ask. Right? Think like that. You understand? Whether you know some marketing of that, ask. You tell us why you should be segmenting. Any industry. Okay. Can go. Okay. Turn to this side. Tell me what. Why? Why should we? Why should we? Why should we?
It has to fit in with your strategy, vision, and mission.
Okay. It has to fit with your strategy, vision, mission. You can't be doing different objectives. If it doesn't achieve your objectives, no point of doing that. Okay. What else? What else?
To make profits, so you can't spend a lot on infrastructure catering to everybody.
Okay. To make sure your resources are spent in more efficient manner, effective manner. What else?
To provide quality and fast service.
Okay, to provide quality and fast the service. And how would you do that? How would you define quality? Quality is a subjective, right? And faster is a objective thing, right? So this is the reason why we segment. When you segment, you would understand all these things. All these things, people. Now, A would not mind staying in the queue for 5 minutes. But B would make a fuss if you exit more than 2 minutes. Right? So you would understand service quality that is expected by different groups. So if you are targeting this, you know what needs to be done, right? So segmentation also will help you to understand what each and everybody in that segment really wants, so that you can you as an organization become focused, right? And also for you to pick areas that you can get, right? Okay. Now, how do you segment? How would you segment? You can remember this as asthma, right? Now, when you segment a market, total market, make sure that you look at these aspects. What is the first one? Accessible. What do you mean by accessible? Segments should be effectively reached to serve, right? So whenever you segment the market, make sure you can reach that segment. Otherwise, don't segment. Because no point of segmenting anyway. Why? There's no way of you reaching that market. Now, before the war ended, North and East was a closed market for us. There was no accessibility. So no point of segmenting that market. Because even though you segment, even though if it is lucrative enough, there's no way of you going and serving that segment. So no point of you segmenting using that. So number one should be accessible, right? Make sure whenever you segment the market, that is accessible. For an example, you are doing your own thing, own business. Now you go and you segment people in Batticlo. You can access, but you can serve. Can you serve? It's difficult in your scale, right? You go and you target the global market. And you know, Afghanistan also one of the, or you know, North Korea. Can you access? You can't. Right? So make sure that you know these markets are accessible, number one. Second, substantial. Segments are large or profitable enough to serve. Now why segment? Right? And in my segment, only you 5 are in my segment. Does it make sense to the business? Does it make sense to my business? No. If I am a large scale business, if I have only U5 and you know, additionally 6 in the market, it doesn't make any sense to me. So your market should be substantial enough, big enough for you to go and serve. Otherwise you will not reach or achieve your objectives. Okay? And when you look at the substantiality, make sure the market is growing as well. Now you today pick a market and it is expected to be of this size in 2022. It's getting smaller, declining growth. Will you go and target that? No. Why? Because you're putting all your efforts to create a value proposition. When you say value proposition, your 7 P's, right? The product, the place, infrastructure, people, aspect, everything to this market today, big enough, yes, but it's becoming smaller each year. So always pick, when you call, you know, when you look at the substantially, you know, pick some segments that are growing, right? So it will give you better ROI for the money spent here creating the value proposition for these segments, right? Now, people who are spending, people who go to private hospitals, it's a different segment. If you take the entire healthcare market, am I right? Is it growing? Is it growing? It is. So that's why you go and invest in these kind of. Similar thing is what? International schools. Paid education is growing. So you spend. If you have indicators in your marketing audit, if you find out that people are no more spending for for healthcare, private healthcare, so you see that if it is having a downward trend, is it good for you to segment that market? Probably not, because it will be irrelevant after some years. So when you segment, make sure your segments are substantial enough, big enough for you to go and serve with your own marketing program. When you say marketing program, 7 P's. Big enough, large enough to give you enough profits, right? So you can do all the all the aspects and look at a segment, and if it is small tiny segment that you are focusing, that may not give you the profitability that you need. So you need to look at that. The other one is measurable. Market size, purchasing power, profitable profile of the segment to be measured. Now you need to be able to look at these aspects in that market, right? The market size, what are their purchasing powers, what kind of profiles are they, right? You should be able to look at these aspects. you can only, you should be investing in that, you should have that kind of information in the segment. Clear? Right? The reason is, you pick a segment. No. The reason is, if you don't have this information, you will not have as a business clarity what kind of people are they, how are they, purchasing power, can they pay, do they have paying power, what kind of people are they, do they speak English, do they speak Tamil, what is their salary like, what is their disposable income like. You will not be able to, if you can't measure these things, if you don't know these things, it's very difficult for you to come up with a particular effective marketing program. Right. The fourth one is actionable. Effective marketing programs can be designed to attract. So these segments should be actionable, where you can come up with effective marketing programs. So if you can't come up with effective marketing programs, there's no point of you segmenting you considering it as a segment. Right. Then differentiate. Segments are conceptually distinguishable. Example, married and unmarried. So when you look at the segment, rich, poor, household income from this category, very clear. Children, adults. Right. Now take for an example, outside healthcare. Right. If you take a brand like Anchor, right? What do they have? They have 400 grams pack, right? What is that for? Smaller packages. They have 1 kg pack as well. They have liquid milk as well. What else do they have? They have ready to drink, this Tetra Pak drink as well for kids. So different needs. Right. So why do you have 1 kg? Larger families, for larger families, people who can't be shopping every now and then, right? For couples, yes. So you go with 400 kg, 400 gram pack, and you have larger family, mother, father, 5 kids, and amma, pachi, father, dad, and the cat and the dog. Everybody is in the home. 1 week enough for that pack. So every week you will be going shopping to buy milk powder. It's a hazard. People may not like it, right? Doesn't make any sense also in terms of economy, right? So you go to that. A person who's health conscious, right? Who believe that powdered milk is not healthy, right? Can opt to liquid milk, and it is expensive. How much is that? 230, I think now.
40.
Huh? 240, yes. 240. That is expensive, right? So that is for that, not for everyone. Different segments. Right. And the advertisement that you run is different. The marketing programs, availability, places that you make things available is different. Right. So your segments should be distinguishable. If there is no big difference between, right, the segments, there is no point. You are wasting organization's resources. Right. Make sure it is distinct enough. Okay. Let's look at the basis of segmentation. You could use these 4 bases of segmentation individually or mix of both, mix of all, right? So demographic segmentation, is one way of segmenting the market. What is that? Under demographic, you can look at the age of the audience and segment. Teenagers, kids, right, from 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, you can 60 and above. Why? When you do that, it's the way people behave and think in these age gaps is different, right? The way a kid thinks and the things that he or she wants is totally different to a person at the age of 30, right? A person who's at 40 years old, 40 years of age, will be wanting different things, right? So under demographic segmentation, you have all these aspects. You can segment the market by gender, race, right? Muslim, Sinhala, Tamil, Hindus. Because you know the way you behave, the way a Christian or a Catholic, a Buddhist, a Hindu would behave in different way. The way you eat, the thinking, everything is different. Am I right? Right. But if you segment by gender, does this matter? No. Even though you are a Muslim, or even though you are a Catholic, you have the same problem as a female. We have the same problem as males. Same thinking as male, by and large. Right? Ethnicity, income level is also coming under demographic segmentation. Then occupation, family size, family life cycle. What do you mean by family life cycle? The stage that you are in the family life, right? So married, having kids, young kids, then older kids, extended family, then kids go, then you are all alone. So that's the family life cycle. I don't have time to take you through. But that when we become adults, we marry, then we have kids, then we live together, then we have kids, grown-up kids in the home, right, at home. Then they get married, then they go, then we become again just a couple again, right? So different behaviors will, different purchasing patterns will come into play as per my family life cycle, right? Religion, social class, etc. Right? The second one is demographic segmentation based on the place you are living in, right? Region, urban, suburban, rural. Why? The way a person who's in urban areas think, eat, lifestyle is totally different to a person who's living in the rural areas or in the suburban, right? Country size, market density. What do you mean by market density? How many people are, the population basically concentrate in a certain geographic terrain. All that matters. Now, why terrain? Healthcare doesn't mean terrain, right? But for a company like Toyota or a automobile company, vehicle manufacturing company, terrain matters, right? Now, if you take New York, Tokyo, right, cities like that, if you take the vehicles, ground clearance is very low. Why? They are developed economies. They do their job properly. Our guys, in the morning they excavate and they go home. They don't put any notice board, they don't repair properly also, so we have problems. So when you import cars to Sri Lanka, you need higher clearances, right? So it makes sense to that kind of industry. For healthcare, it doesn't care. It doesn't matter, right? So the third one is psychographic segmentation. Your personalities, individuals, motives, your lifestyles, different lifestyles. So you can forget about all these things. You can look at people who have this kind of lifestyle. Doesn't matter whether they are urban or semi-urban. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter to me. Whether they are whether they are male, female, it doesn't matter to me. I all care about the lifestyle. If a person is having this kind of lifestyle, that becomes my one of my target audience, one of the members in my target audience, right? So behavioral segmentation is a fourth one. How would you look at that? Based on the volume usage, right? So if for an example, if I am a coffee lover, I drink coffee, right? But me as an organization, I target people who are really hardcore coffee lovers. Me as a person, individually, I don't like coffee, but I drink coffee. I prefer tea. I am a tea person. I don't go into bistros and coffee shops. I would rather go to Dilma Tea Lounge or somewhere like that, where I actually get tea. But there are people I want to target, me as an organization, I want to target hardcore coffee lovers who would drink about maybe 5 to 6 cups of coffee a day. Similar thing for cigarettes, right? So based on that, you can segment. End use, benefit. What kind of expectations do you expect at the end? Then brand loyalty. This is all coming under behavioral segmentation, and also price sensitivity. How sensitive are you for price? There are some in some segments you don't worry about the price. They don't display the prices because you don't worry. All what you need is what you want, right? Now, though we have 4 bases for segmentation, does this mean that we need to pick 1 or 2? No. We can make use of all these bases, 1 or 2 or 3 or all, and these are some segments. Let's do a quick example, right? So healthcare, since we are into healthcare, let's say we have a service. What is the service that you would like to offer? What's the service? Tell me. Healthcare guys, you guys are the people who offer. What do you offer?
Health checks.
Health checks. Okay. Now, me as an organization, I do it for female only. This particular health check is only for females, right? Income, household, let's say annual income above 100,000. Should be, right? Family size, that's the singles. Okay. Then who are living in urban, right? In Sri Lanka. Okay. Then lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle?
Health conscious.
Health conscious, sporty, right? Individualistic. Volume usage, behavioral, end use, price sensitive, less price sensitive, right? Brand is important for them. Now I have particular service which is health care, health checks. I target only these people. Who is my target now? Now I can offer it to everybody in Sri Lanka, right? But now I target only these, using these basis for segmentation. Female, they should be female. They should have this much of income. They should be single. They should be in city areas. In Sri Lanka, they are health conscious, sporty, individualistic, and brand loyal, and they are less sensitive for price. Now, what should I come up with? Before that, let's look at this. Is this accessible? Accessible? Yes. Is this substantial? Is this substantial? It is. Is it growing? It is. There are more singles now. They don't get married. People are health conscious. Right? The income levels are going up. Measurable? Can we measure? Yes. Can we action? Can we come up with marketing programs for these guys? Can. Is this different enough? Different enough? Is it different enough? It is. If you challenge, you tell me why it is not. I would agree with you. I have no issue. There's no right and wrong answers for in marketing. That's a good thing about it. Do you challenge me?
No.
Tell me. If you offer it to married people, in your health checks, you might need to include different other check in your package, whatever package. Right? I don't know. Right? The way you target these people will be different. How would you target singles? How would you target married females? If there's no difference, go ahead, no problem. You can say singles and married, doesn't matter. So you take this. If you can do the same thing, targeting everybody, go ahead, no problem. If this particular segmentation doesn't make any sense, take it off. That's what we should be doing. Right? Now, what should we do to these people? You come up with a different marketing program, right? Now, I have another segment. Let's say health checks. Okay, you come up with a segment using this. Another segment which is distinct to this, which is different to this.
Corporate.
Okay, corporate. Then, but still you need to tell me the age. So you, what you are saying is you take the demographic segmentation out. Am I right? Is that what you are saying?
No, I actually went through the occupation in the demographic segment.
Okay, corporate. Urban. What kind of lifestyle? It doesn't make much sense. There's no need for you to take, there's a hard and fast rule that you need to take all four. Right? If it doesn't make for your segmentation, take it off. Then behavioral segmentation doesn't make sense because the corporate is offering you. Right? Take this off. So you have this. Now, can I have the same marketing mix, 7 P's, for these guys and these guys? Can I? Can I? Can? Can? How? The way I communicate to companies is different to the way I communicate to you individually. Am I right? Am I right? Here I will have to convince individually. You. My media channels will be different. The way I distribute is different. My pricing is different. But for corporates, I don't target you directly. I will talk to the HR person. I will communicate with the HR person. HR person will do the necessary. Pricing will be different. Where I make it available is different. The package, items in the package will be different depending on the organization. See? Right? So when you do like this, your marketing program will be much more effective or not? Will be much more effective because it is targeting at a separate audience. Okay, so now we did this now, so you don't need to do that, but you will get something like this. So when you come up with the marketing program, the second task in your assignment, this is what is being asked. So you need to segment. What kind of segments would you target? Right? So whatever the service or the service that you come up with for your organization. Right? Then now you have segmented the market. What do you need to do now? What do you need to do now? Now you have the total market. You have segmented the market. A, B, C, D, E. So we have based on various targeting bases, right? You have targeted. Now you have distinct 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments. Now as an organization, you may decide to target 1 or 2 segments. You can target all segments as well as 1 or 2 segments. Right? What do you mean by targeting? Target marketing is a process of evaluating each market segment's attractiveness and selecting 1 or more segments to enter. Now you understood the total market, you divided the total market into subsections, and you understood how each and every subsection behave. What are their thought patterns? What are their behavioral patterns? How much can they spend? How much do they earn? Are they males, females? Now you understand that for each and every segment. Now we have done the segmentation. Now it is time for the organization to target the segments that you would like to target. You may decide, in a very unlikely scenario, you may decide to target all segments, but it doesn't happen in reality. You will pick certain segments. Now healthcare. You have the total healthcare market segmented. Asiri has picked a particular segment. Ninewell has picked a particular segment. Golden Key has picked a particular segment. If they want, they could target another segment. There's no limitation for it. But they have targeted only those segments. Okay. Now, as an organization, it's a process of evaluating market's effectiveness, right? After evaluating the effectiveness of the segment, you will decide whether to or whether not to enter that market. Right? So we are still in the, we have not come up with the proposition yet. We are still in the evaluation process. Right? So how do you decide which one to target? You will consider these factors. You will not just go and target whatever the segment that's available out there. You have segmented, let's say you have 5 segments now. You will select 1 or 2 segments based on these factors. What is the factor? Segment size and growth is very important, because you are going to come up with a marketing program, meaning you are going to create a product, you are going to distribute it, you are going to price it. There's a lot of work. People, physical evidence aspect, processes, you are going to change the entire process, right? So a lot of work in terms of money, energy and effort, right? Management time, etc. So you need to make sure that this particular segment is big enough to achieve your objectives and it is helping you grow. Now you start with after vision, you have corporate objectives. Then only you come to start segmentation, targeting and position. Right? Now when you target, make sure this targeting helping you to achieve the objective that you set at the outset. Right? Then the company objectives. What is your objective? Companies may have different objectives. We want to be pioneer in this particular area. We want to be the best maternity healthcare organization. We want to be the best in terms of surgery in Sri Lanka. Different objectives, right? It can be qualitative, it can be monetary as well, finances as well. We want to achieve this much of bottom line or whatever. So you need to pick segments that help you reach your company objectives. Right? We want to beat XYZ competitor. If you need to do that, you need to pick not B, perhaps A. Picking C will not help you reach that objective. So you need to consider when you target. And also competitors. What are they up to? Now for an example, if competitor B is one competitor is very strong in this particular segment and they are really doing well there. They are really big. Is it a good if you are let's say a small time player? Is it a good decision to go here, pick this target segment? Probably not, because it will be a loss for you. It's very difficult for you to fight with a big giant. So you may decide we can't fight with a big giant like this. Let's focus on this. You will consider like that. If you don't have any competitors in this particular segment, maybe you will see it as an opportunity. Look here, nobody is catering to this particular segment. Why not us? If it helps this, it will help this, then it's a good deal. So you will look at these things. Availability of resources. For an example, let's say I target A. But for me to target A segment, I need a lot of infrastructure, preparation. Separate machines have to be brought, specialized machines, etc. have to be brought down. I need to up my service levels because these particular segment expect that kind of a service. You understand at the segmentation level what kind of people fall into this category, right? Based on that, you will have to do this, do certain change, and you will come to a conclusion. Look here, it's lucrative, it's good enough, but the problem is we don't have people capacity, we don't have the infrastructure capacity, we don't have the financial muscle to improve up to this level. So you might or might not consider, right? So these are the things you should be looking at instead. Now in your assignment, display these things. Right? Display that you look at these. So organization can have different targeting strategies, right? So marketing mix, you have one marketing mix. You will have one product. The way you distribute is common to entire market. There is no differentiation, right? Price, place, promotion, everything is very common to the entire everybody in the market, and that. What do you call that? It's called undifferentiated strategy, right? It's very difficult to find this kind of strategy now. Some time back, maybe a couple of decades ago, like salt, rice, were like that. Now it is not the case. Packaging is different. You have 5 kgs, 10 kgs. If you take even salt, right? Iodine mix, the powdered one, different variations. So it's not that common anymore. The second one is you will have different marketing mixes, meaning different product, packaging is different, pricing is different, right? For different segments, like willpower. Now when Fonterra, they sell what? Milk. In powdered form, in flavored form, in liquid form. Whatever form it is, they target different segments, right? So that's a differentiated strategy. Then you have one marketing mix targeting different segments. One marketing mix, the same product, different segments. The same product, same way that you distribute, but targeting it to different segments. An example like newspapers, right? Clear? So for the organization, you need to decide what kind of targeting strategy. By looking at this, I think this makes more sense for healthcare, right? I have different marketing mixes for different segments. Corporate sector, one segment. You have individual. You have age-wise. Then, once you do the segmentation, once you decide targeting, based on these things, you will pick. Now let's imagine you have picked, out of all, you have picked AB. 2 segments only. Others doesn't make sense to us, or we can't afford to go into that segment. So you pick A and B segment only. Once you pick a segment, you need to do something called position. What do you mean by positioning? Arranging a product to occupy a clear and distinctive and desirable place relative to competing products in the minds of the target in the minds of the, everything else happen in the market. Positioning happens inside consumer's mind. Now this is very important. You need to establish your proposition in the minds of the customer. Now everybody says Mount Elizabeth is superior quality, expensive, etc. And it's catered to certain. Why is that? They have positioned it in that way. Right? So if you don't have clear positioning, you don't make any sense to the audience, and there's no reason for you to go for that. Branding, one aspect of branding is what? Positioning your product in the minds of the customer. Now, one thing that you need to be clear is that it is not something that is happening outside the market. It is what you do with the minds of the consumer, right? So A, B, C, D, you have 4 products. Tell me, look at these and tell me which is organic. A. People who say A. People who say B. People who say C. Nobody. You say C. Organic. People who say D. Everybody agrees? Okay. Can I ask you a question? What is this product? What is this product? What is this product? Did I tell you the product? No. Then why did you decide that this is organic? Huh?
Because of the logo.
That's because of the leaf. You understand the power of the position, right? You understand what the importance of your leaflet. You understand the importance of a brochure. You understand the importance of a package, right? So these things matter. So when sometimes marketers go and tell the operations guys, look here, I need to change the entire packaging because I need to establish this kind of positioning that. So what operations guy might ask, what can a small leaf can do to the product anyway? You saw the difference, no? Everybody thought that this is, even without knowing the product, you thought this is okay. Right? So it is how you have position in the mind, right? Okay. Now you can do different positioning also, right? So let's I'll see if it is available. How would you
Sometimes the little things last the longest. Give extra, get extra.
It's a simple chewing gum, right? I would, some another marketer would say, it freshens your, breath, etc. It's refreshing in volume, all without all this drama. But this, see the way this particular product is positioned in the mind of the customer. Do they talk about this is fresh, etc., etc.? No. It's all about creating that emotional bonding with the audience. You, just like just another chewing gum, you're different. I'll show you another one.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, shall I say, would it be a sin? Oh, if I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Won't take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, for I can't help falling in love.
Give extra, get extra.
See, simple chewing gum, where they position in the minds of the consumer, right? Have you seen the commercials of Budweiser beer? So worth looking at. When you are free browsing YouTube, type Budweiser beer commercials or advertisements. Really cool stuff. It's beer, but a lot of things to do with animals, dogs, horses, nicely done. Right? So this is different way you position your product in the minds of the customer. Now when you look at this, when you see this particular brand from today onwards, you will remember this. Yeah. You will remember this green color. You will have a different perception about this chewing gum altogether going forward. Whether you like it or not. You will remember me also, perhaps. Right? You never know. That's how the mind works. So our duty, our challenge is to establish, have a clear position in the mind of the customer for my brand, for my product. Right? So targeting, so segmenting, targeting and position is very important. If you do the segmentation right, if you do the targeting right, if you do the positioning right, rest is the walk in the park. Easy. Many people find it very difficult to position. You do the targeting right, you do the segmentation right, but when it comes to positioning, you fail. Many organizations, many marketers fail. because we don't have clarity. How do we, what kind of desired response that we need from the audience? How do we establish my product in the minds of the consumer? Right. So for you, perceptual maps can be of use. Now make use this tool in your assignment as well, right? Now this is the way car manufacturer has done the perceptual maps, right? This is another tool for you to understand where you are and where the opportunity is to position your product, right? So perhaps extra thought, everybody is focusing on this particular area. Everybody is talking about let's say price high, price low, emotional or something like that. You find everybody is playing in this price or let's say features. So everybody is focusing on the price and the features, or maybe one or two players are talking about less price, etc. So you have opportunity in these areas. Nobody is playing in this area. Unless you do this kind of analysis through a perceptual map, you realize sometimes. So then the big question comes, okay, these people are, everybody is talking about the price and the features, it is fresh, it is long lasting fresh, somebody is talking about it keeps 12 hours, etc., etc. So everybody is clear. Let's do something different. We have an opportunity here. Let's not talk about the price. Let's not talk about the features either. If that is the case, what should we talk about? Then you think of this. Perhaps that's the way extra guys came up with this. Now any other menthol, everybody talking about this, right? So for you, you can do a perceptual map like this. Now these axes, X and Y, can be different. This is what they have done for a car. Classy and distinctive is one area, practical and affordable in another area. In this, sporty and conservative. And you map all the players in the industry. You can do the same thing for healthcare, including government. You can put maybe price and service, right? So let's do a quick one. So why don't we do a quick one? Get together, take 5 minutes, drop like this, and come up with a proposition. Let's say for your own hospital, you have hypothetical one hospital where you can where you have the option for you to position yourself. Okay. You might put it here. So it could be like this. Here price, high, low, service, high, low. Right? Now this is what I took. You can do different perceptual maps to find a proper position, opportunity for for you to position. Another way could be facilities, high, facilities low, right? Or quality in terms of doctors quality, something. But for us to understand the concept, let's do a basic one with these parameters. Now what you need to do is, you need to do it get together. Otherwise, if you think alone, you might not. You can do that when you do the assignment, right? Turn these chairs. This is the assessment thing. Huh? Feedback. You can do that later. Do it in the second half. Get together. Turn your chair and really discuss. What you need to do is now map all the hospitals, right? Put their names. If you think, it's your understanding, huh? If you think, let's do one. Price high, service high. Who could be here at the extreme end? What is your understanding? Right or wrong answer, it doesn't matter. Give me a name. Give me a name of a hospital. Price high, service also really high. Service levels. Okay, you say Durden. So you map here Durden. Likewise, map all the others. Nine Wells, then you have RCD, you have Lanka, you have Oasis, you have General Hospital, you have Jawaharlal Hospital, right? You have this Neville Pereira's one. What was that? Huh? Big controversy. What was that? Neville Fernando, right? You put that also, place. Discuss and place. Put dots and place it.
You want us to take this same grid or
No, this grid.
the same
This grid.
Okay, right.
Not this one. This is not going to help.
Yeah, that
This one.
Yeah.
Yes. Take the same grid for understanding. But you don't need to limit to this. When you do it on your own, in your workplace or in your assignment, you don't need to limit to this. This is for you to understand how it works. Right? Now for these axes you can change. Quality, you can take price element out. Maybe quality. Right? Maybe facilities.
Multidisciplinary and
Maybe. You can take various bases, right? And when you do perceptual mapping, you don't need to limit to one perceptual map either. You can have multiple and find out what is best suited for you, for your organization. Right? This is going to give a kind of understanding.
It's a bit of a, it's a bit subjective thing.
Yes.
So,
Now you will do it for your organization, right?
yes.
You will understand. You will have your own judgment in creating other organizations. Now, for an example, you are the person who is doing this exercise for your organization, let's say, for ASEAN. You will have your own understanding and rating based on your judgment, collective judgment. How would you rate Lung Hospital? How would you rate the right? You will be doing it genuinely based on your understanding. See where you based on your understanding. Yes.
So, for us to come to a consensus is a bit difficult because, their idea of quality, service quality, this idea, my quality might be different. So, for us to come to a consensus,
So argue. That will be good learning session, right? This is how consumers will perceive things.
Where it is like reported like this, so we cannot.
No,
not
it's important. It is in the minds of the consumers. That is the beauty of this, right? So you will understand how confusing it is. So it is it's a clear indication that these hospitals have not done a proper job. Now if you take Mount Elizabeth, where would you rate? Will you argue for that? Will you argue? No. Why?
Price high and service.
Yes. Will you argue? Have you gone to Mount Elizabeth? No. Right. But how how do you know that? They have positions, whatever that means, through news or through advertisements, they have position. Now, if your fighting means your consumers, you all are consumers too, at the end of the day, right? If your fighting means hospitals have not done a proper job in terms of position, maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe you know where to position, but it has not been communicated to the public properly. Right? So do that argument. It's good for you to realize that these people have not done it properly. If you are saying that X hospital is high in service, right? But somebody else is saying no, it is not true. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? One thing is they are not positioned their service element clearly. The other one is their service is not consistent. When you went for the service, and I said in 7 P's, people aspect, physical evidence and process aspect, right? You have not been consistent. When you went, it was good. When you went, it was bad. Now you are rating with that experience. Right? Now when you actual life, when you do that, you will get a set of customers into a research, qualitative research. And you will ask them to do that, and they will find. They will do their own thing, and you will have a common one. You will have, let's say, 20 respondents. And ask them to give this sheet. Ask you have a list of hospitals. Position the way you understand. You will do it individually. And me as a CMO, I'll get all the respondents and I'll have my conclusion. Now this one is good for you to understand how important it is for you to establish who you are in the minds of the consumer. Fighting itself means arguing itself means that there's no clear position. Now for the government hospital, will you fight? Colombo National Hospital, will you fight? Where would you position it? Price is low. It's free enough. Yes. Will you have any argument on that? Service is a decent level. It's not low, right? So very good argument.
We have a second point, right?
And the definition of
we have one
starting from segmentation, right? You segment. When you segment, you understand each and every segment. When you target, you understand what segment you are targeting. Meaning, you have very clear understanding of that particular segment. What do they eat? What are their income levels? What do they think? What is their understanding in terms of service? I said, segment, people who fall into segment A would be okay with 5 minutes being in the queue. But a person who falls into segment B will not be okay, even for 2 minutes. When you understand, you would know how to position yourself. Because you are targeting now that. If you are targeting segment B, there are things that you need to do. You understand what they need, what they expect in terms of service, in terms of pricing, etc. Now, you need to position in a way that it resonates with your expectations, because I am targeting that segment. Right? That is what we are doing. So it's targeting, positioning, segmentation, targeting, positioning is not inside also. It has a relevancy to one from the other. Right? So fine, that's okay. Come to an agreement. But don't fight for too long. We need to finish. Okay, let me do this then. This is your fighting. Okay, somebody says done here. All in agreement? All in agreement? Okay. Where would you want to put Lanka hospitals?
Price high.
Price high.
And service high, but lesser than them.
Here?
Yes.
Actually, even the service side, I am not in total agreement,
Okay.
because some departments and service function will be in that segment. Some departments are not. For instance,
But for a consumer, that's because you all are in the healthcare sector.
Yeah.
Now, I am not in the healthcare sector. I don't care whether this department. I look at the service from. Now, if you rent a hotel, would you say you will rent the hotel? It's a good hotel, right? You won't say this is that that you will hoteliers would understand. Okay, these people are people who are in the cooking department. All the chefs are qualified and they are doing good meals, right? But the services are hopeless. Housekeeping is even worse. Hoteliers would rate that, right? For a customer, outside customer, it doesn't matter. You will have the full understanding of that particular property or particular service. Particular service or property. Now you can do it for the entire property, or you can do it only for that particular service. For an example, let's say corporate packages. All the hospitals are doing that, right? So your service is now corporate packages. You can now rate it. How do organization perceive? You can get understanding from HR guys as well as from direct employees, and you can place it. Now the beauty is that, let's say you do this, you can do it for yourself, and you can ask your consumers to do it for you as well, and you can see the difference between. This is all about you positioning, finding your right position, and understanding what needs to be done. Now you are thinking you are here, but your consumers have rated here. It's a big problem, right? You think that you are here, you think high about you, You think you're almighty, you control the sun and the moon and the world, but your consumers don't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? You understand the gaps. Lanka Hospital, okay. Then where would you rate Centrum? Huh? Price is high.
Also, private.
Price is high. Service? Service also high?
Not really.
Not really. Then here? Okay. Then who else we have? RCB? So don't get emotional, lah.
Central is part of
Okay. But do you find the same thing like going McDonald's from Singapore to Sri Lanka is the same McDonald's experience? No, it's two different properties, right? You compete, you have different marketing department for Central, different marketing department for RCD. Am I right? Is it the same thing? Same thing. Okay. But in the consumer's mind, you are two different properties. You can't have the same marketing program for both hospitals. Do they do both? No. RCD has their corporate packages. Am I right? Then Central also must be having their own corporate packages. Do they have? Where you can go to corporate and employees can get certain check done.
some things are marketing is common.
What kind of things?
Cardiac units common.
Okay, common. Okay. Others?
Others I'm not sure, but many things are common. Maybe some services like neurology is offered only at center, so those will be only for center.
Okay. So basically for the consumer, is it two hospitals for me or one hospital?
Two.
Huh?
Two.
So look at from the consumer's point of view. I told you at the beginning itself, marketing is all about what? Outside in approach. You go out, understand what they think and do the changes. In your mind you can belong to same group, etc. It doesn't matter. Right? So where would you say, RCD?
Surgical and medical.
Yeah, where is that? Where would you put that? Price high? Service? Huh? Service also high? You're trying to help her?
No, I'm not getting I have been there several times.
You have been there. Okay, then Japura, where would you rate Japura? Japura, semi-government?
No price?
Low price?
And good service.
Good service here?
Yes.
Okay, then Colombo Hospital? Price low, okay. Service?
Good
Huh?
service. Good service.
Not really.
Here?
Not there, it's like same.
Here? Better
High,
than Japura?
For me,
Better than
high.
Japura. Better than Japura.
Better than Japura in terms of service? Like this?
Yes. They need matches that for
Yeah, the price is low. Service is, oh yes. It can't be like this, no?
Yes.
So it's somewhere here then. Little bit here. Above this, huh?
No. It should be more towards that side.
Idea
So it's equal to
I'm equal at all.
better.
Yes, it is. That is the end point. After
service.
getting more of these
No service.
people, they come to that place, so they are the best.
So what you are saying is, the last
Service.
resort.
Service, yes, it is.
So what do you mean by service?
Yeah, what do you mean by service?
Medicine,
It's on.
the human resources,
Okay.
the quality service, everything.
So So the surroundings, the physical ambience, the processes.
So that's what. So service.
So when you say 7 P's, were you there? Were you there when we discussed 7 P's?
Yes.
Okay, what did we understand 7 P's?
Better.
Extra ones, physical evidence, processes, and
And people.
people. Do you rate the same way this? Your product can be, yes, same surgery, maybe even better, but this is where you make the difference because you are in the service industry. For a Unilever and Nestle, it will be a different ballgame. They are into product. People aspect doesn't come to play. Physical evidence aspect doesn't come to play. Nicely clean environment, water bottles, water dispensers are there for you to this thing. People are here and there helping you out, etc., etc. Chairs are nice, clean, right? People are smiling at you, greeting you. Do you get the same thing? You won't get. Product will be the same. Maybe even a superior quality. I understand, that's the last resort, right? Because there it's important. But your consumers will perceive service with regard to these. That's why they don't go. Why? Process is different. You need to stay in the queue to get your heart surgery. Am I right? You can't just go and get it done. You need to wait in the queue. Your process here. Price is highest. Okay then. What else? Neville Penino, what else? Where would you go? Price is low. Quality? Quality is low? Huh? Service is
Not fair to comment.
service? Did you understand it? Yeah, this is not accurate thing. This is for you to understand, right? You will get where you want to, based on your understanding. You will get the accurate ones. You will ask from the consumers. You will ask from the management. You will go and check. You will not just plot these. You will understand their services, etc., etc. Then only you will plot. Otherwise, it will be like whatever person coming and doing perception. You are the management people. You will do the proper job. I'm just giving you the direction what should be done. Where would you rate? Service here? Price high or low? Where do you want? Here?
Low.
Huh? Here? Here?
Above Japura.
Hot, cold?
Above Jayawardena.
Above Japura, yeah.
Cold.
And the service should be lesser.
Service lesser.
Service is lesser, definitely lesser.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, like that, you can do something like this, right? So, if you want to come, let's say you are working for NF, Neville Fernando Hospital. You are the Chief Marketing Officer. You are appointed as a Chief Marketing Officer. You have taken this role. You need to come up with a marketing plan. Now you will do the audit. You will look at the strengths, pestil factors, etc. How people are, behaviors changing, income level changes, regulatory changes, etc., etc. You will look at in the marketing audit. Now you need to come up with a marketing plan. Let's say you have perceptual, you have predators. Now you decide that you need to come here. This is where you should be if you want to sustain for a longer period of time, right? What needs to be done, or else you can decide come here and then there's no harm. Real good service but for a lower price. Your target segment is different. You can do this one. Or else you can give, my services are limited. I'm just like, prices also very low. Maybe for the lower end of the society. They don't care whether it is room size or etc. is not. Private treatment, you don't need to wait in the queue etc. You just need to get the you need the solution for your sickness. That's it. You are not worried whether the carpets are clean, whether the tiles are cleaned every day, whether the bed sheets are changed every day or not. You just need get your heart surgery done soon without staying in the queue. You can be here as well. Right? So these are the opportunities that you can. You don't need to be here always. There are other ways of making money. When you do this perceptual map, you can. Now what does this mean to this or this? You will have to change the entire marketing mix from the beginning. Why? You are here now. You need to improve a lot in terms of service. You can jack the price up, but still there are a lot of other things that needs to improve if you need to come here. Improvement is not enough. You need to position it as well. You need to communicate now. Now you have a certain position in the mind now, in the minds of the consumers. Now you need to change that by new ways of communication. To change now. Somebody was saying that now the price is low. That message has gone to him. I don't know how. Right? Like that, you need to amplify that message if that is what you want. Right? So you will do that perceptual maps. Now for an example, let's say earlier on Cadillac in this example was here, classy and conservative. Now they want to move here. What is the position? Still classy, but towards a little bit of sporty kind of image. Now what does that mean? The product has to change. The way you communicate has to change. You can't have the old kind of advertisement. You need to get in a funky guy driving it. The places where he goes, maybe with earlier on you went alone. Now you go with another girl or somebody, right? To bring that kind of that position. Right? So let's understand. Extra gum, I talked about. Then ginger beer. What is the ginger beer positioning? EG Minatua? Then now do you find ginger beer? No, we call it EG. So what is the position? Whenever you have a meal, you need to have EG. Coke does the same thing. People, subconsciously, when you have a Coke, someone has a Coke. You see, these are the things that you position. Cream soda. What was that position for? Previously. Led has no cream soda. Those days, our parents. No. You will bring, take a cream soda when you are sick. But now, see how they have changed. So your entire 7 P's have changed. The way you position, the way you communicate, the characters, color scheme, everything has changed. Right? Communication. Noodles. Maggie was talking about 2 minutes, family, this thing, son comes home, mama mata badigini, I need, okay, minute dekak denna, I will make it for you, etc. It's also family business for Maggie. Now these people, so Maggie is here doing, running, leading here, why can't we do something different? We'll position same noodles, right? එකේ 아무도 දෙයක් තියෙනවද? Noodles. Instant noodles. Both are offering instant noodles. Now these guys, let's target the individual, young guys, teens and above. Right? They become independent, etc. You know, people who are in right? You are talking to that kind of audience. So people who are in boarding houses, right? People are having, you know, a single bachelor life, and when you need some, you know, quick bite, there are people who go and see, you know, how things have changed. And I think they are the market leader in terms of the instant noodles. They are nowhere. So you will see opportunities to position your product, right? And time to time you will reposition. Initially you will position, but time to time you will reposition. Why? Can you remember in the product life cycle I talked about marketers' challenge is to keep this product in the maturity level for a longer period of time. So you will do that. When it is becoming irrelevant, you may position this differently, targeting to a different group. Your product life cycle is now regenerated. You are going back. You are starting a new PLC again. Right? So these are things you should be doing. Right? So targeting, once you target, you need to find what is the ideal position for you to occupy in the minds of the consumer. And you don't just position, you need to make sure that, you know, that positioning is giving you the right result. Clear? Any questions? Any questions? Shall we look at the assignment again now that we have covered? You have the email with you, or printout with you? So it says strategic intent, vision, mission and values that you will have. We discussed last week the items in the marketing latter part of the session. Items in the marketing plan, you have vision, mission and the objective. I need to achieve this much of market share, I need to, this is the probability, right? Then you will have marketing objectives. Then segmentation, targeting and position. You do the segmentation, you do the targeting and position to help you achieve the objective. Right? Now you need, in your assignment, you need to display that you have done the right segmentation, you have targeted the right segment, and you have clear way of positioning that in the minds of the consumer to generate the results that you need, that you set in the marketing objective place. Okay. Now, if a targeting is not giving you the right results to achieve your objective, your assignment is not going nowhere. You need to show that it has a connection. You need to display that it will give right results. So justify.
There will be multiple segments with multiple marketing campaigns.
Yes.
You take one, is it?
You will take one.
One.
Yes. You will take one. Then what else do we have? Marketing strategy. Then tactics. Then you have 7 P's. So to target, to position this thing, what kind of, how would you use 7 P's? What is the product? Now you have segmentation, you have target, positioning, you are clear now. Now how are you going to roll out the marketing program? What is the product going to be? What is the, where are you going to make it available? Right? How are you going to price it? Now let's say you are positioned here and you are targeting this kind of segment. Your price is now different. Pricing strategy is different. Right? Place, where would you make it available? Now if it is a hospital, it's a one location, right? You can't do much. So it's a place. But if you are coming up with an idea, opening up a new hospital, where would you want to open that hospital? Is a area for you to consider, right? Then what else? 7 P's. The price, place, promotion. What kind of promotions would you run? When you say promotions, there are a lot of elements that you need to be considering. We will cover that section in the afternoon sessions, the integrated marketing communication. So how would you communicate your value proposition, your target audience? Otherwise they wouldn't know that you are existing, right? And what does integrated marketing communication means? Clear? So if people who have not got this assignment, get it and understand what is expected, right? Any questions? Any questions?
While positioning in marketing, you all have very scientific way, like healthcare we have providing methods, etc. So do we have such a way? Customer point of view, it's quite difficult us to do. We being customers of these things, we decided, but in our setup, so the customers will say no. Otherwise, we are taking like feedback from the customers. It's quite difficult for us.
So I get you. What?
Now, customer point of view, we wanted to have to position, right?
No. It's the position that you take. Now strategic marketing, in the segmentation, targeting and positioning, you will decide. Now customers didn't come and tell, cream soda now reposition it. We don't like, we are not, sick people are not drinking anymore. Please do the repositioning for us. They don't do.
Then if
You do.
Yeah,
Organization.
for us to do, then is there a scientific way?
Yes, that's the scientific way we discussed. You
Does
need
it
to
have
see.
any numbers so comparing and to position?
Well, you will get to the numbers, okay. You're asking about scientific way. That confuses me as well, right? This is the entire scientific way that we discussed, right? What is the scientific way?
Let me tell an example that my
Sure.
question is. Now, an example in the nutrition, if we take, in nutrition profiling, now there are so many profiling methods to calculate on how is the product's healthiness.
Okay.
So now according to that, we can categorize is healthy or less healthy. So if we take number of products, according to the number it goes.
Okay, nutrition market, let's say.
So now how in this point of view?
Okay, let's understand nutrition market. How would you segment this?
Now when we take the product to decide on the healthiness, there are so many ways of profiling. It's a
Okay.
scientific
How
way.
would you profile?
If you Google, you will get a lot of nutrition profiling ways from
Okay.
there have from
But
products.
at the end of the day, profiling will reach the end customer.
Yes, no. In terms of healthiness, now customers,
Right.
they don't aware now there are profiling methods and this and that.
Exactly.
Now we as professionals,
Yes.
we should decide on that. Now
You will decide.
now what my question is, according to that, as we professionals only, we should decide about this positioning. So do we get such a profiling way or a scientific way to decide?
No, it's like
giving
this.
points and rankings.
It's like this. Now, you have a product. You have, let's say, nutrition market. You will have, you said, different profiles,
Yes.
right? How would you, how would you profile? Give me, certain examples.
Now, according to the products, now we have nutrition content, information, composition, like energy, we
Ingredients.
have this much protein, we have this much, and sugar, we have
Yes.
this much.
So, what is this product you are talking about?
Not only.
It can be a milk powder. It
Yeah.
can be anything. No?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Let's say my target audience is people who drink milk, right? That's my target audience. Now milk powder can be normal household milk powder, specialized milk powder, non-fat. Then you have sustagen and that kind of nutrition kind of thing. Earlier on we looked at the normal milk powder segmentation. Now powdered milk into different. Then you have baby, all this formula, etc. Right? Sustagen. Now I need to decide as a company which segment am I going to focus. So I have come to a conclusion. I will be into powdered milk. Right? Now you tell me which one should I pick? Huh? Okay, you as an organization, you pick, your segmentation will be non-fat. You're concerned about nutrition, you will be talking about this.
Yeah, it's a different way.
It's a different segment altogether. So your theory won't change. The same thing. Just that you will be talking to people who are conscious about their nutrition intake. You can be the expert, but your consumers, the way you target the consumers is different. Engineers don't come and sell, right? That is why I say marketing is outside in approach. You will go outside and understand what do these people want in terms of milk powder. Then you will understand, there's a particular segment and that segment is growing who's really conscious about nutrition facts in this thing and they need a nutritious milk powder. This is a good segment for you to be in. Then you go back to the factory and tell your production guys and research and development guys, look here, the world is going in this direction, this particular segment is growing, and these are the people who would like to consume this kind of milk. This can be priced at this. Make me one. Then those production people will come to experts like you, because we marketers, production people don't know. They will come to you in terms of research and development. They will tell you, I need you to come up with something like this. Then you will come, because you all are the expert. This element has to be there, this can be prescribed to these individuals. Then you come. Then what do? You have the product. I give a name to it, brand it, position it, segment. I have, I will decide, okay, this can be purchased by these people only because it is priced at this level. Anyway, this will be sold to health conscious, nutrition conscious people, and this is priced at this. And I do the marketing, positioning, and the rest of the piece. Right? So everything is as per a logic. Nothing is, just, CEO getting up from the bed, okay, let's have this product. It doesn't happen like that. Scientific way is going back to the market and understand what they need. Understood, definition of marketing, very definition of marketing. Marketing is the management process of identifying, anticipating and satisfying needs and wants of the consumer and product. So my first approach is to go to the market and understand what do they really need. If they don't need about what you say, no matter how important it is for you as a healthcare professional, if people don't need it, then will you have a market? You don't have a market. First you need to go and see a market. Or else you create a market. That you can do. Right? That you can do. How do you do that? How would you do that? In the marketing program, right? You come up with this product and before you launch this to the market, you will create a big noise about what? About nutrition, be conscious about what you consume, etc., etc. You change people's perception towards what you eat and drink. Right? With lot of communication mechanisms. That's what big companies do. It's a market. Everybody comes and says olive oil is good. Coconut oil is not good. Who has done that? Who has done that? West. They run the campaign. Big, all these, few companies are running the entire show. They get you to write articles. So whenever you go to internet, you find olive oil is good, olive oil is good, coconut oil is not good. So what happens? You stop consuming coconut oil. You are legal. Business is going to them. That's how it works. So changing the perception.
When you say positioning, you do not necessarily position yourself high. You can
No.
position yourself anywhere.
Exactly. Now when you say position, it doesn't have to be high end. It can be low end also. Because if you do it, you have a problem. Now your price is low, your service level is low, and you position in the advertisement. It says best advertisement, super advertisement kills your brand. Just look like that. Where you come up with a nice marketing campaign, right? The imagery and everything is nice, and that is talking to a different level in the society, social structure. But when you actually go and see, it is not catered to that. So there can't be any gaps, right? Now Rolex can't have a farmer in the advertisement. Rolex should have that. So your communication, all your communication, you'll understand into the communicating. This kind of integrated communication. It has to match with the target audience. Your positioning strategy as well. So if you want to position in a certain way, for an example, if I want to position myself as a sporty person, who's a party type of person, will I wear like this? No. I will wear funky, I might have a tattoo, right? The way I speak may be different, the places I go is different. So I position. So it doesn't have, as you correctly say, it doesn't have to be as well. If that you have selected the segment, for that segment you need to position it right, so that they understand, look here, this particular brand is talking to me.
So even if we fall into the low price, low service category, the profitability can be high.
Yeah. Because you know, you do everything to make a profit, no? Right? So you will have, for an example, if you take Unilever, they have come up with this shampoo sachets that is catering to low ends of the market. People who can't afford 300, 400 rupees or 700 rupees for a bottle of shampoo, you just buy 2 rupees, give 2 rupees, and small, but volume is high. Micro insurance, micro loans, little loans, but many people take it. So obviously it will be for a certain profit because there's an opportunity. So price low doesn't mean service low doesn't mean that it has to be the case. Now imagine situation, I open a hospital, service is low, right? Price is also low. Will I have market? Yes. People who can't afford, people who can't wait in the service, in the queue to get operated. You spend a little amount, right? And have, service. But you will not have other luxuries. Like, a budget airlines. You don't have meals. You don't have sheets. Like, cover sheets. You don't have headphones. Bring your own device. That kind of things. So I don't give any additional. You will get at a cost. So my price is very low. So for that audience, yes.
So the service can be low, but the product can be good, still good.
Yes, but in this case, you can't say my price was very low so that heart surgery was not successful. You need to understand your industry, right? So you can't say this is what you get. No, this is what you get. Too. Your product has to In any case, nobody would buy or pay any amount if the product is not performing up to the standard. Any business, your product has to reach the minimum expectations. Then only you will have a business. You will never buy anything, product or a service, if it is not giving you the minimum expectations. Like for an example, if it is a heart surgery, people expect you to make sure that you are good. A successful heart surgery. If it is a dengue patient, people expect you to cure them. That is the prime thing. Core product. We discussed about the product elements, core, augmented, and remember product levels in the previous one. 3 levels of the product.
Yes.
Remember? So augmentation, everything comes at the second. First thing is you need to get your heart problem sorted. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි you worry about AC, whether the AC is working, whether the mosquitoes are inside, whether the smell is bad in the hospital is all secondary. First thing is you need to make sure without doing that, no point of you making the hospital like a beautiful garden, but the every person who gets admitted to the hospital ends up in the mortuary. Then there won't be a business. Minimum expectation should happen.
Product you spoke about the functionality, image,
Yes.
augmentation.
It's like this. In a product, you have I discuss I will touch on it again. So you have the core product. You have the expected product. You have the augmented product. If you take a car, what is the core product? What is the functional element? From A to B and the පුළුවන්. You should be able to travel from A to B. If you can't do that, forget about it. Doesn't matter whether you have AC, power shutters, everything. I mean, whether it's Ferrari or a BMW, if you can't go from one place to the other, no, right? Then it should have the basic expectations. Car should have the engine, etc., etc. Features, basic features that a car would have, right? So these things will be different based on the society changes, right? Now, earlier on, we never expected vehicles to have AC, air conditions, about few decades ago. But now it's a must. You expect it. It has become hygiene factor, right? So it changes. Then you have the augmented. What do you mean by augmented? After sale service, guarantee, warranty, all those things are augmented service. So in a healthcare also, patient coming out from the hospital as a cured person is the whole thing. And the basic medications that you give is the expected. Augmented is whether you have a nice pretty lady at the reception to greet you. Now you have a pretty lady at the reception to greet you, the air condition is nice, lobby is large enough, parking facilities is there, everything is good, but whoever who comes here, die. Can't be. This has to be fulfilled first, this has to be second, this has to be third. Right? So that's the levels. What else? Any questions? So remember all these things that we discussed at the previous sessions. That's very important for your marketing model. The specific factors, SWOT, product life cycle, ECG, ANSOT matrix, the things that we discussed. Very important. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? No? No questions. So we'll talk about integrated marketing communication in the next session. So all what we discuss now is that I'll put things into perspective, just to give you an understanding where you are, right? So initially we understood situation analytic, audit, for which you will do SWOT, etc., test tier, then quarters, 5 flows theory, etc., for you to understand where you are as an organization, right? Where you are as an organization. Your objectives, you will have mission objectives, right? Now you have a target. This is your objective, for which you should understand where you are now. Meaning, you want to go to Kataragama, you need to understand where you are now. Whether you are in Kandy, Colombo, or somewhere else. Then you will decide whether to go in a bus, car, walk, run, whatever. Right? Here you would do. We discussed today what? Segmentation, targeting, positioning. Then you will have the 7 P's coming, marketing program coming in. Do you have this clarity? Once you have this clarity, it's a matter of using 7 P's into your marketing program and rolling it out. So when you know what segment that you are targeting, when you know how to position, when you have the clarity on these two, your target segmentation, when I know that I need to target you, not you, right? When I know I need to target you, but I need to position myself in this way, in your mind, I know what activities to be done. My my product has to be like this, my distribution has to be like this, because you go into these kind of places. My pricing has to be like this, because I know how much you are willing to pay, because I understood that at the segmentation level itself, right? Service expected. What kind of service do you expect in terms of, because service is subjective, we all agree you fought, right? But when I have clarity on the segmentation, that segmentation will have common understanding with regard to service, right? Common understanding with regard to service. Then this is my marketing program. I do entire marketing program in line with these two, my target and the way I need to position. I'll make sure each and every element of these P is resonating with these two. Clear? For an example, we'll come in detail. For an example, if I want to position as premium brand, right? If I give you a brochure which is not so quality, like Patra Kole Wage, you will have issues, right? Right? So if I brag about if I brag that I am rich, I am posh and all that, but the things that I do, the way I shop, all that is normal, then you will question me, wouldn't you question? There are people. You must have come across these kind of individuals. They behave as if they own Sri Lanka, but they go to certain places to shop. So their behaviors won't resonate. So I need to do all my things, my product, the packaging, everything has to resonate this. There can't be contradiction. Then your consumers will have a confusion. Are they talking to me? No, this is not the way that I like to be communicated. This is not the place this product should be available. I don't go into these kind of places. Maybe they are not targeting me. So you move away from the brand. So this has to sync. Your audience, your positioning should be in line with your marketing. In line with that, you will have to come up with that marketing program, meaning 7 days. So this is what we do. I have an objective. I understand what's happening at the moment, what's happening inside, outside. Then I do segment. Then I come up with the marketing plan. This is strategic marketing. This is marketing strategy. How you roll it out. Okay? Alright? Okay. Let's break for lunch then. And we'll meet at what time? What time do you want to meet?
Shall we meet early?
I'm good. I'm anyway a fast eater. All other people who promise me saying that you will come back soon, you never come back. But give me, what time should we meet again? Half an hour? 12:30? Okay. So we'll finish soon. Half an hour early. So the next session is integrated marketing communication. Okay, we'll talk about Adobe.
Maybe you can tell it right.
Currently notes, even PowerPoints, in PowerPoints, they can PowerPoint. Total Excuse me. You said the previous PowerPoints have been uploaded to Moodle. Am I right?
It's a part of the video, so I just took screenshots.
Not
I don't know
not the
whether-
PowerPoint. No, PowerPoint I shared with the institute, so they have uploaded that as well.
I check. I from the video. Video was
No, the PowerPoint itself is
also
there.
was there.
You can straight away download PowerPoint. It's easy. So get the access to CSV. Assignment has been that has been emailed to some. So you need to talk to the institute and get the assignment. So that's the assignment I was reading now. Right. So you are supposed to do a marketing audit as well as a marketing plan. That's what we were discussing. So talk to the. I have the email. I can forward it to you. Or else you can ask from the. I don't know whether you are getting a different assignment. These people are some are from previous batches. Are you in the same batch? These people? Okay. So why don't you talk to the institute first? Right. Okay, which I can email. Even now I can email you as well the document. Right. Is the office open today? Did you speak to Shamini about the same?
Yeah, she said she'll call you.
Ah,